All right, welcome back to One Bar and Lupagus Show. I am Lupagus, and we are going to continue our training camp battle series. This time, looking at the cornerbacks, Mike Zimmer's favorite position on this team. Before we hop in that, be sure to subscribe, like the vids, and also, if you can shell out a couple bucks, join our Patreon and be a Patreon night of the One Bar and Lupagus Show, where you can have your heart heard. If you want us to do any kind of video, we will do it. Let us know what you want to do by joining up for that. All right, so cornerback position, Vikings training camp, just a couple days away now. This is going to be an interesting one because the Vikings brought in a lot of corners. They just kept signing them, and there's got to be somewhere for these guys to play. Some of these guys probably wouldn't have come here if they weren't kind of guaranteed that they'd be at least seeing some playing time every single game. So let's look what they did in the past before we jumped into the future here. The last 2 years, the Vikings have kept 6 corners. So I think that might actually change this year. I think they're going to keep a few more than that as a little spoiler alert. But let's just take a look at who is definitely safe and who definitely has no shot before we talk about the bubble guys. Obviously, Patrick Peterson, the Vikings shelled out quite a bit of money to bring in the future Hall of Famer to be probably our 1 or number 2 cornerback. Cam Dancer, great rookie season. He'll be back for sure. Pretty excited to see what he can do in year 2. Bashad Breeland, the Vikings shelled out some money for him too, so he is going to be in the mix for sure. Jeff Gladney, unless he, these legal issues all of a sudden explode and he's whatever found guilty or whatever. But at this point, nothing's happened, so he'll be on the roster. There could be a suspension coming for him if the NFL legal process shakes. So who knows? But I think he will make this roster. Mackenzie Alexander, again, definitely safe too. He'll probably be our nickelback playing over the slot as he did so well when he was here before. I mean, this guy, his blitzing ability was just beautiful. Excited to see what he can do after a year away, coming back a little more experienced than when he left. So those are the guys who are definitely going to be on the team. That is 5 already. Let's look at the guys who really have no shot. That's Amari Henderson, Dylan Maben, a couple of young guys who they'll see some reps in practice, maybe get in the first preseason game, but I think best shot for either one of those guys is to land the practice squad. A couple guys I would put in the, probably going to make it unless something horrible happens to them, injury, or the play just falls off the face of the earth. Harrison Hand, he's been standing out in camp already, OTAs. He was kind of the star of the show. He got some time with the ones with some injuries or just missed time with Patrick Peterson, Cam Dancer. So he's been shining. If he keeps progressing, I think he'll definitely see a lot of playing time this year. So I think I would say he's 75%. He's going to be safe. Chris Boyd, a little less percent chance that he's going to make it, but I do think he probably will. That puts us at 7. And then you got a couple bubble guys, a couple guys on the fence. Ty Smith, another veteran the Vikings brought in, hasn't done a whole hell of a lot in his career. But the fact they, signed him when they didn't really need to it says a lot. And then Perry Nickerson, another guy with some great wheels, great speed, but look at the guys ahead of him on the depth chart. Making this team for him is going to be an uphill battle. So that's how it's shaking out. That's how we're looking at it. I really think, I think they're going to keep 7. I do. I think with Gladney's situation, suspension looming, I think the Vikings will keep, the 5 safe ones I mentioned. I think Harrison Hand and Chris Boyd, I think those will be your 7 cornerbacks that are kept. I think Ty Smith will never actually play a meaningful snap with the Vikings. And I think someone, Henderson Maben probably ends up on the practice squad. So, that's it. Vikings, Mike Zimmer is going to have 7 cornerbacks this year. It'll be interesting. I think that's a pretty damn good group when you look at it from top to bottom, what each of these guys can bring. You got to improve pass rush, much more depth and experience in the secondary. This defense is going to be light years better than what we saw a season ago. All right, let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you think I'm crazy, if you think there's going to be a different number of guys or just different guys altogether, you have a dark horse who may make this squad, let me know. I want to hear it. I want to hear everything, and I want to hear this. Keep your skull in your hole.